What's up, everybody? We're heading down the home stretch for Season 1 of Alien Earth. It's time to dive into Episode 5. This episode that kicked off the back half of the season was entirely dedicated to the backstory of the crew that we met immediately in Episode 1 of this show. The crew from the ship that crashed in what Prodigy Town, Prodigy City, whatever that bumboy city is called. But it's crazy, not so much surprising because of the rest of the franchise, but still crazy to me that the Weyland-Yutani policy is to bring any infected crew member back to Earth in their cryo chamber. Also, this cast just started growing on me throughout this episode. I'm still glad that we have, the main cast that we do on Earth, led by Sydney Chandler and Timothy Oliphant, and that we're not focusing on this crew of the ship. It's good, but far from great. That excludes Morrow, of course, though. He's the star of the show, and I don't even want to try butchering that actor's name again. He's just incredible, and I can't get enough of him. Which, thankfully, that wasn't a problem at all this episode, as, while the ship is falling apart, he's running his investigation. That's simply a great concept, and I thought, for once, usually when I talk about great concepts on the channel, it's in disappointment, not here. This was a great concept executed beautifully, from the blackmailing of the new captain to hunting the saboteur. This dude don't play. But my favorite part of this episode and this show as a whole is getting to see all these different alien species. It is so goddamn cool, and they've got some personality now too. We see the eye tentacle is like he's bipolar or something. It's warning the crew and then hunting them when they come back into the room. And I joke about that, but I do think that ability, that personality, whatever you want to call it, could come into play, and I'll talk about it in just a bit. You've also got those blood-sucking crawlers that get big old dump trucks after they suck the blood, and they're smart little shits too. There is a bit of a, why didn't they do this sooner, why didn't they break out sooner, but it's not the end of the world. I thought this was a fascinating explanation for, how we find this containment area with all the aliens when a Prodigy gets onto the ship. It's much better than, oh, they just got loose in the crash. Regardless, those leeches nutted in some water, and so we got a Holloway situation here in the show. As I've said before, I'm no expert on this Alien franchise, but this did kind of, feel like a departure from how we saw Holloway go down in Prometheus. So, and it's quite a simple headcanon actually. I think it's kind of just like any other virus where it just hits people in different ways based on their immune system. I mean, just take COVID for example. Some people were hospitalized and others never even knew they had it when they had it. I imagine this works in that fashion too. Enough talk about disease, though. We found out that Boy Cavalier sabotaged this Yutani ship and set it on its course to being in Prodigy control. That's what I wanted to see from this show, not just a basic turf war between companies, the I found it, now it's mine, that it was on my property, now it's mine, but genuine sabotage. I'm also just excited to be able to kind of root for Morrow even more now as he goes to recover this stuff that was actually stolen from him, and of course, I say that with his future actions pending. Finally, we get to see that opening Xeno attack once again, but we get to see this sequence in its entirety. The Xenocam was a great touch, and this chase that it's on was yet another phenomenal action sequence from the team, and I love the stuff that we didn't get to see in episode 1, especially the friendly fire, as this eyeball might just be on our side, or at the very least, it is not a fan of the Xenomorph, and so I predict that Morrow is going to use that to his advantage back on Earth and at Prodigy HQ and get that thing in a gorilla or some just ginormous jacked animal and fuck this Xenomorph up. At the end of the day, that was a shockingly good episode. Not because, this show's been bad or anything, it hasn't been, it's quite good. I'm just still not a fan of this trend where we're just throwing complete flashback episodes smack dab in the middle of a show, especially when it comes right as that show is ramping up. But if you're going to do it, at least make it good, and thankfully, this was good. I can't wait for Morrow's revenge. And so that's going to do it for my review of the 5th episode of Alien Earth. I know I enjoyed this episode, but I want to know what you guys thought of it, so let me know down in the comments below and make sure you have a great day.